I had this roommate with a dream of becoming a model. One day, she told me she wanted to perform at the Crazy Horse show to make money. I'd heard that place was a money pit, and I didn't want her going down a wrong path. I tried to talk her out of it and focus on her studies. She thought I was just jealous and using tutoring as an excuse to stop her from reaching the international stage. Later, she did poorly on her college entrance exams, got scammed, and I ended up being the valedictorian, enjoying the spotlight. Out of jealousy, she drugged and kidnapped me to Myanmar to be a dealer, then maliciously spread rumors. Look at her. This so-called top student is just a worker in the grey industry, with a messy personal life. My parents came to rescue me, but were killed. I was auctioned off in a casino, and brutally abused to death by a twisted buyer. I opened my eyes and found myself back on the day my roommate said she wanted to go to the Crazy Horse show. I smiled and said, "Go ahead. I'll be waiting for your good news." Gemma and Gloria are a team. The teacher read our names together. I suddenly realized I was reincarnated. I was back on the day the peer tutoring program started in class. My heart pounded as I turned to look at Gloria behind me. She looked at me with indifference, not caring much about the event. Just like last time, she wasn't focused on learning from the start. That night in our dorm, Gloria told me, "Gemma, I have a secret. I'm planning to be a dancer at the Crazy Horse show. I got a secret sign-up channel. You know those old white men love Asian girls like us, pale, young, slim. I'd be a hit for sure." Last time, her words scared me. I tightly held her hand, trying to persuade her, "Don't be silly. We're just ordinary people with no fame. You'd end up being exploited. It's not a place for us. Focus on your studies. Getting into a good college matters way more." I was worried. I watched her closely all the time, but my good intentions only earned me Gloria's resentment. After graduation, I was thrilled about university, having aced the exams, but Gloria drugged me, sending me to hell in Myanmar, where I was tortured to death. My parents were killed trying to save me. That life was short and tragic, all because I tried to stop Gloria from dancing exotically. I was filled with hatred. Heavens gave me another chance. This time, I'd watch Gloria suffer. I pretended to be happy for her. "Really? Go on then. Do your best. I'll be waiting for your good news." The next day, we were officially seated for the tutoring project and became desk mates. She had earbuds in, swaying a bit in her chair. The person behind her tapped her shoulder and joked, "Gloria, why not show your moves on the classroom podium for us?" Gloria scoffed, "I don't dance for you guys. You all look down on it." The homeroom teacher walked in, smiling with satisfaction. Gloria quickly removed her earbuds and sat up straight. The teacher glanced at me and said, "The top ranking results are in, and our Gemma is not only first in our class, but in the entire grade. We're still waiting on results from other schools." As the teacher spoke, Gloria muttered beneath her breath, "First again, Gemma? Seriously, how do you always top the ranks?" I smiled sideways, catching a brief flash of jealousy in her eyes. After the teacher spoke, everyone settled into self-study, and the teacher took me outside for a private word of encouragement. When I returned, the class buzzed with excitement. If things keep up, Gemma's surely gonna be city topper this year. Not just the city, she's state topper material. I was thrilled. Given a second chance, I was set to make the most of my life, but as soon as I sat down, Gloria poured cold water on my mood. "What's so great about being good at school? Lots of graduates can't even find decent jobs. Looks still matter most in this world." I laughed. "You always look so good. If you apply, you're sure to get picked." Her face lit up. "You think so? I bet I'd get selected." I nodded, pulling out a physics test. In the past, I was indeed a science top scorer in the state. I had a bright future ahead, only for it to be shattered by Gloria. She drugged and sent me to Myanmar and tarnished my name online. Gemma was always like this, just showing off her smarts to attract men. I personally saw her with tutors at hotels. That's how she got her grades. She even talked about going to Lowly Island. I've never seen anyone suck up to old white men as much as Gemma. She ruined my life and reputation. I clenched my pen. This time, Gloria would pay. Fueled by my hate, I finished a whole physics test in one go. A few days later, Gloria came bursting with news. "Gemma, Did you hear a director is coming to our school for a lead actress selection? I didn't care much. Our school always had events like this or movie crews filming on campus. But the next day, Gloria dragged me along to the audition. I knew she saw me as her foil, imagining I was just a geek with thick bangs, glasses, and a nerdy vibe. Despite that, she tugged me along. I knew Gloria wouldn't get picked, so I wasn't too worried or outright refused her. In the last life, Gloria never got chosen even once, but the result surprised me. Gloria told me she got picked. While I was still in shock, a male voice spoke up. Rowan, this is our leading lady. Gloria immediately let go of me and walked over. My body started to tremble uncontrollably. I turned around slowly toward the voice. It was really him, Rowan. In the last life, after Gloria drugged me, she sold me to this man. Rowan dragged me to Myanmar, torturing me in all sorts of twisted ways. I learned that things between men and women don't have to go that far to count as done. Every time he was finished, he'd pat my cheek and say, "This face is pretty intense. Why did you make yourself look so ugly before? If I wasn't hoping to sell you for a good price, I would have dealt with you already." Thinking of this made my scalp tingle. I whipped around, heart pounding so hard it felt like it would leap out of my throat. Just as I was about to step away, Rowan's voice sounded again. "Who's that girl?" I froze on the spot. Then I heard Gloria say, "Huh, she's my classmate, nothing special. Looks a bit familiar." Rowan walked up to me, smiled, and said, "Classmate, you look alright. Why didn't you audition? I've got stuff to do, gotta go." I nearly bolted away. Back in the classroom, I finally let out a sigh of relief. Luckily, Rowan doesn't know me in this life. Wait a minute, why would he think I'm familiar? I clasped my hands tightly, palms sweating. Hey, someone suddenly tapped my shoulder. I jumped, eyes wide, only to see it was my classmate from behind me. He was startled too. "Why do you look so pale? Did I scare you?" "No." I shook my head, taking a deep breath to calm myself. Gloria never came back all afternoon, and our classmates started talking. I saw Gloria leave with that director, got into his car, a Porsche. What do you think Gloria and the director are doing now? Come on, don't say stuff like that. Gloria's not even 18 yet. So what? You know that one girl from our school even had an abortion. I'm sure that director is Rowan. I'll never forget that face, especially since Rowan died by my hand in the last life. Of course, he didn't know. I shot him in the back of the head. He died without knowing who killed him. I stole that gun intending to kill Gloria too, but I couldn't escape and ended up tortured to death instead. This time around, I want revenge for what I didn't achieve last time. After night classes, I returned to the dorm and saw Gloria there. She looked radiant and excitedly told me, "Gemma, I'm joining a film crew. I'm gonna be a big star. Congrats." I said, genuinely happy. In this life, even if I don't do anything, Gloria won't have it easy with someone like Rowan. Casually, I asked Gloria, "What movie is it? Where's it being filmed?" Right away, she looked me up and down with blatant suspicion. "Why do you want to know?" She pursed her lips, putting on a face like she was doing me a favor. "Gemma, you're aiming to be the top student in the province. Stay out of our entertainment world stuff. Let's be real. Don't get offended, but your face won't cut it. Money makes the ugly rich kids look good. You don't have money or connections. Focus on studying. It's your only way out." I nodded with a smile. "You're right. I better focus on my studies." In my last life, I was the one telling Gloria to study, and now she's saying it to me. How ironic. The other two girls in the dorm exchanged a glance. "Gloria, you're pretty, but your taste's off. Gemma isn't plain at all." "Yeah, Gemma's face," I laughed, cutting them off. "Alright, we're students. Studies matter the most." Gloria snorted and went to wash up. Those two came over, one took off my glasses, the other pushed back my bangs. "Gemma, are you dumb? You're so pretty. Why make yourself look nerdy? No wonder Gloria talks down to you." I couldn't help but laugh, putting my bangs back down and slipping on my glasses. This way, I don't have to worry about styling. Plus, I can't focus on looks right now. They nodded. "Yeah, after finals, you'll blow them all away. Honestly, you're way prettier than Gloria." I hugged them both. Having another chance to be classmates with them is such a blessing for me. For the next few days, Gloria was totally distracted from her studies, only thinking about her new movie role. Sunday is when seniors have a day off, and I couldn't wait to get home Saturday night. Seeing my parents, a few years younger and alive right before me, made me cry uncontrollably. Knowing that in the last life they were tortured and killed searching for me stabbed my heart with a knife and twisted it. My parents were startled. "What's wrong? Did someone bully you at school?" I clung to them, sobbing. I missed them so much. It had been years since I saw them last life. This time, I want a good life and to protect my mom and dad. I'll never be separated from them again. Once I had cried enough, I finally spoke up. "No one's bullying me at school. It's just that I've been doing too many practice tests lately and the pressure's getting to me. But Mom, Dad, I'm currently ranked first in the state, and I'll make sure to keep it that way. Why push yourself so hard?" My mom pursed her lips. "Your dad and I just want you to be happy and healthy." My dad nodded. "Yeah. How about taking a few days off to relax at home? How about I take you on a trip for a few days, maybe to Switzerland?" My mom glanced at my dad. "Isn't it a bit late in the year? Is there still that Swiss winter wonderland?" "There should be." My dad scratched his head. "If not, we can go somewhere else." I wiped my tears and laughed. "I'll be fine after a good cry. Let's wait until next year." "Mom, I really want some of your fried fish. Did you even need to say it?" My mom playfully looked at me and headed to the kitchen. "Your mom marinated the fish a while back. Just waiting for you to come home and cook it." Not to be outdone, my dad said, "I also made a pot of beef ribs. Just wait, it's going to be delicious." He then joined my mom in the kitchen. I couldn't help but cry again, but this time I was smiling too. It felt so nice. When Monday rolled around and I got back to school, the first thing I noticed was Gloria doing her makeup at her desk. "Gemma, can you check if my eyeliner looks okay?" I took a look and shook my head. "It doesn't look very natural. You need more practice." Gloria didn't seem to care. "No worries. I'll have a makeup artist in the future. Won't need to do it myself." I asked her, "When's the filming starting?" "It's going to be a few months. They haven't even cast all the other parts yet," Gloria said excitedly. Her mind was completely off studying. Gloria's pretty smart. She could definitely get into a top-tier university, but ever since Crazy Horse became popular, she's been veering off course. All she thinks about now is dancing in strip shows, calling it art. We women should confidently show off our bodies. That's true confidence. That's feminism. I didn't bother with her, just focused on my own studies. I was a bit hazy on some topics, but I have a good memory. As long as I work harder than I did in my past life, staying number one should be doable. I have faith in myself, because I truly am a model student. Every time Gloria spots me practically buried in a book, she can't help but sarcastically comment, "Gemma, you're turning into such a nerd, you're going to lose your mind." I only smile, not saying a word to her teasing. I used to see jealousy in her eyes, but that's all gone now. She sees herself as above everyone else. Then the monthly exams came around. I stayed at the top. But shockingly, Gloria's rank plunged from the 20s to over 100, dragging our classes standing way down. After the results were out, our teacher called her in for a talk. She came back fuming, complaining to me, "Our homeroom teacher is so nosy. She knows I got picked by a director and plan on joining the entertainment world. Why does she care if I do well or not?" I didn't even really answer the exam questions. I don't care, but she's acting all panicky for nothing. Our teacher walked in, looking serious. "Gemma, could you step outside for a bit?" In the side stairwell, she asked, "What's up with Gloria?" She was doing fine in one-on-one tutoring, and now her grades are tanking since you started helping. I told her straight, "Teacher, she wants to pursue an acting career. She's not bothered about her grades anymore." The teacher frowned a bit. "You two sit next to each other and share a dorm room. Could you talk her into it?" "Sorry, teacher, but I need to focus on my own goals," I said. She was silent for a moment, nodding. "True, your own grades are what matters." She patted my shoulder. "All right, you can head back." I planned on laying low, just getting through college entrance exams. Gloria's so focused on showbiz that she's not bothering me much, until Rowan showed up. The sight of him made me shiver. He gave a smile he thought was charming, but I found it greasy and creepy. "Gemma, right?" I froze. "How do you know my name?" Rowan's gaze slid all over me like a snake. "I thought you looked familiar." He chuckled, stepping closer. Almost forgot about you. Chills ran up my spine. What was he talking about? Why did he act like he knew me? That's impossible. Trying to calm myself, I answered evenly, I'm Gloria's classmate. We met during auditions. Rowan gave a knowing smirk. Yeah, you have that natural beauty. Interested in being the lead in my new film? I clenched my fists. But didn't you cast Gloria for the lead? He shrugged. That's not set in stone. I can switch at any time. I'm not interested, I replied, and walked away. Why was Rowan targeting me now? I can't panic. I've got to think. Back in the classroom. Seeing Gloria eased my mind some. I had already worked out how I wanted to get back at her. Rowan recognizing me didn't throw off my plans. I didn't need to be nervous. Gloria's phone buzzed. She checked it and chuckled. Gemma, I've got a thing to do. Can you tell the teacher I need to leave? I watched her leave, a smile tugged at my lips. Then, I went back to my practice questions. For Gloria didn't come back last night. The dorm supervisor took note of her absence. I got out of bed and complained, Gloria's acting like she's possessed. Does she really think she'll hit it big from just one play? The college entrance exam is right around the corner. She should at least wait until that's over before doing something else. I plugged my earbuds in. Well, everyone has their own choices. Then, I started practicing my listening skills. Gloria still hadn't come back. Even the teacher got frustrated and called in Gloria's parents. I was just handing in the English newspapers to the teacher when I overheard Gloria's mom saying, Teacher, our child is set on a career in acting. Her exam scores won't matter. At most, she'll be creating an image of being academically gifted. Her dad added, sounding all smug, being good at school is useless. Entertainment stars can earn $2 million a day. Not even scientists make that much. Our homeroom teacher was speechless and asked them to leave. I let out a silent laugh and shook my head. Now I finally understood why Gloria had such a bad streak. During evening study, Gloria came back. She took off her jacket and wasn't wearing her uniform underneath. My eyes fell on her neck, covered in hickeys, which made my stomach churn. In my past life, Rowan also left hickeys all over me. I quickly looked away and took a deep breath. The bell rang, signaling the end of the first evening study session. Gemma, come with me. I need to talk to you. Gloria didn't wait for me to respond and walked out ahead. I followed her. In a deserted corner of the playground, Gloria got straight to the point, sternly warning me, Gemma, Rowan already cast me as the lead actress. Your little schemes won't work. It's all about the looks. So take a good look in the mirror. What did Rowan say to her? I smiled faintly. You know Rowan came to see me, right? He did want me as the lead actress, but I turned him down. Gloria, we've been classmates since splitting majors. We've been close. I would never try to take your spot. Gloria's expression softened a bit. That's not what I meant. You're so good at your studies. You should focus on the college entrance exam. I nodded. I know. Right now, I'm only thinking about my studies. Gloria couldn't help but laugh. You really are a bookworm. All right, let's head back. Amid the rustling of practice papers, the second mock exam was approaching. Before the exam, the teacher had another talk with me. I see you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself lately. Take a breather. I had rediscovered the feeling of school from my past life and had confidence in my grades. Don't worry, teacher. I'll adjust my mindset. The teacher smiled approvingly and let me return to class. At noon, Gloria suddenly pulled me aside to a secluded corner, excitedly telling me, Gemma, I'm heading to France. Leaving tomorrow. I feigned surprise. Weren't you going to film? But the director said he has connections with the Illuminati. I can go straight to the Crazy Horse Cabaret for training and perform. As long as I pass the humiliation test, I'll become an international star, and all the resources I want will be at my fingertips. Gloria got more and more excited, her face glowing. Really? I excitedly grabbed Gloria's hand. Wow, you're skipping decades of detours. Gloria proudly raised an eyebrow. When I become the global ambassador for LV, just tell me what you want. The very afternoon after telling me this, Gloria left. In the past life, Gloria drugged me and sent me to Rowan. This time, she eagerly went looking for Rowan herself. She didn't need me to do anything. She was digging her own grave. The exam results came back soon, and I was still holding the top spot. When the results came out, I cried with joy. This was the first exam I took after being reborn, and I didn't let my past self's hard work go to waste. My classmates teased me, "Why are you crying, MS? Genius, it's not your first time being number one." I touched my burning cheeks. "Stop staring at me." The homeroom teacher glanced at the empty seat next to me, said nothing, and didn't assign a new desk mate. Gloria dropped out. It was clear the teacher was disappointed, but also offered their blessings. Every day, Gloria's posts flaunting luxury items filled my feed. She really did go to the Crazy Horse Cabaret. Before going on stage, she posted again, showing off a Hermes. But soon enough, our classmates called her out. After all, she just got there, and only as a plaything. There was no way Rowan gave her real Hermes. But Gloria never responded or deleted the comment. I figured her phone had been confiscated. In my past life, they took my phone early on during my performance at the Crazy Horse to prevent any cries for help. In the end, Gloria never dealt with the comment calling her out. Gloria disappeared completely. I couldn't help but feel thrilled. Gloria must now understand what hellish life is like. Even if she isn't dead, life must be unbearable for her. Thinking about how Gloria would go through everything I did in my past life filled me with exhilaration. A month before the college entrance exam, I got a call from Gloria. She sounded normal. "Gemma, I'm back. We have a holiday tomorrow, right? Come out. I'll treat you to a feast, and buy you some bags to celebrate you getting into Oxford early." I suddenly remembered in my previous life, after the exam results came out, I got interviewed as the state's top scorer. The night the interview aired, Gloria called me. She said almost the same things as now. When I went to see her, I never got to return home. I clutched my phone and forced my voice to stay normal. "Thanks for asking, but I can't go. I need to study." Gloria sounded a bit desperate. "Come on, Gemma, it's been so long. I really miss you." "I'm not going," I said firmly. "I'm going back to studying." "Bye." Just as I was about to hang up, I heard Gloria on the line again. Hello, Gemma." "She won't come out. I can't do anything about it." I quickly put the phone back to my ear, suddenly hearing the sound of slaps and whipping, along with Gloria's gut-wrenching screams. I hung up immediately, my heart racing uncontrollably. After a long pause, I silently chuckled. The fear from my previous life turned into sweet revenge in this one. "Gloria, now you finally know the feeling of being worse than dead. Don't worry, this is just the beginning." I thought I'd never see Gloria again in this life. But, just a few weeks later, she appeared in front of me. With finals around the corner, the school had allowed us to study at home. I had gone home. I saw her at the entrance to our neighborhood. She hadn't been gone long, yet she looked like a different person, pale, with lifeless eyes, like a zombie. When she saw me, Gloria rushed over, grabbed my hand tight, and started sobbing. "Gemma, please help me." I escaped. I calmly brushed off her hand, feigning concern. "What happened? How did it come to this?" Gloria pointed to the lake nearby. "Can we talk over there?" "Let's just talk here." There were more people around, so it was safer. Plus the security guards were watching. Gloria sniffled and said in a low voice, "Gemma, I was tricked. That Rowan, he does international business. He took me to France, made me serve those white guys. They're lunatics. Total freaks. There were several of them together. They even," before she could finish, she burst into tears again. I inwardly sneered, "You're pretty slick to have escaped." Gloria paused, her eyes darting, then continued, "They were going to take me to some Lolita island. Not the original one." They moved. I jumped from the boat into the sea and swam to shore to escape. I nodded, impressive. "But why come to me?" "Go to your parents. Call the cops." At the mention of calling the police, Gloria panicked and screamed, "No, we can't report this." "No cops." Some of the community security staff glanced our way. Frowning a bit, I asked, "Keep your voice down. Why can't we report this?" I gotta go home, Gemma." Gloria turned and ran off. I let out a cold chuckle. Of course, she wouldn't dare call the police. If I couldn't flee in my past life, how could she escape? Rowan probably brought her back to lure me in. She must have some dirt on her, so she couldn't go to the police. I looked around, but didn't see anything suspicious and headed straight home. I dialed 911. I explained the situation to the cops. They took it seriously and sent a couple of detectives to talk to me. They needed my cooperation. Even though finals were coming up, catching Rowan and Gloria was more important. If things got delayed this year, I could always retake the exam next year. With those two around, I'd never truly be safe. Pretty soon, I learned what leverage Rowan had over Gloria. Our class group chat had blown up with explicit videos of Gloria. Though the videos got shut down, I caught a glimpse. My classmates mostly pitied her, but other classmates weren't as nice. Anyone got it? I'll pay any price. I saw it. Gloria's one hell of a beauty. And she sounds great too. Wow. Can't believe someone like her ended up in our school. Gloria popped up in our group chat trying to do damage control. It's not real. That's AI face swapping. Stop spreading lies. It's not me. It's not me. I assumed with her video out there, she'd finally report it, but nope. A few days later, I got a message from the cops. Turns out, Gloria tricked her parents into going to Myanmar. They tried to flee halfway and got killed. But there wasn't enough evidence. I offered to be bait, but the detectives shot it down. No way. That's way too risky. I clenched my hands. I really wanted to bring Gloria and Rowan to justice and take those underground networks down with them. One of the detectives patted my shoulder. Don't worry about it. Focus on your finals. I nodded. Then I got another call from Gloria. Surprisingly, I felt a bit excited. I knew the detectives were watching me, so I was cool with it. Gloria seemed truly desperate. She dropped to her knees the moment she saw me, begging, "Gemma, only you can save me now. Please, please go to Myanmar with Rowan, or he'll kill me. I don't want to die." I kicked her away and slapped her as she tried to get up. If there were no consequences, I would have ended her right there. "You want me to go to Myanmar? Are you out of your mind, Gloria?" She'd already killed her parents and still wouldn't leave me alone. With those videos out, did she seriously think she had any reason not to involve the cops? This idiot. Gloria came over on her knees again. "You can hit me. Just go to Myanmar for me. I get it now. She's not out of options. She's totally lost it." When I didn't respond, Gloria's eyes showed a calculating glint, and she stood up with a smile. "Fine, let's not go then, Gemma. We're friends, right? How about I buy you a bubble tea? She's really lost it." I nodded. Gloria took me to a cafe. It's the same one where she drugged me in the last life. This time, I found an excuse to go to the bathroom first. An undercover cop called me, saying Gloria had already spiked my bubble tea. I know. I hung up and went back and sat down in front of Gloria. When I picked up the bubble tea, her eyes lit up. Then I put it down again. Gloria asked anxiously, "Gemma, why aren't you drinking?" I smiled a little. "I can't drink it. I'll need it as evidence." Right after I said that, an undercover cop came over, flashed his badge, and took Gloria and the bubble tea away. After Gloria's arrest, next up was Rowan. For now, we only know Rowan is still in the country. The entry-exit records show Rowan coming in, but not leaving. Customs is on high alert. As soon as they spot Rowan, they'll detain him. The police have set a tight net around Rowan. There are wanted posters everywhere. Days passed like this. I worried about my parents' safety, so I asked them to take a few days off and not leave home. But they couldn't just stay in forever. Luckily, they had police protection whenever they went out. One day, I was leaving the library and got yanked into an alley by a strong force. It was Rowan. He pinned me against the wall, his hand clamped over my mouth. I stared at him wide-eyed, my heart racing. Rowan laughed. "So, you're the one who called the cops on Gloria. You know everything, right, Gemma? You came back to life too, didn't you?" My struggling body went stiff, and I looked at him, stunned. Rowan had come back to life too. No wonder the first time he met me in this life, he said I looked familiar. He remembered the last life. But he messed with so many girls. He didn't remember me specifically, just thought I looked familiar. I pretended to be scared, tears rolling down my cheeks. Truth is, I really wanted to cry, both out of hatred and excitement. Rowan loosened his grip on my mouth slightly. "We've been together in another life. You gotta help me out," I whispered. "How should I help you?" Rowan squinted. "The police are looking for me everywhere now. Get your dad to drive me to the docks. He can sneak me onto a ship. Once I'm safe, I'll let him go. Otherwise, I'll kill you right now." I nodded. As Rowan relaxed his grip a little, I lifted my knee and hit him right in the nuts. Ah! Rowan screamed, doubling over and collapsing to the ground. I went berserk, kicking him over and over. Finally, the undercover cop protecting me pulled me back. That's enough, Gemma. Don't kill him. I wiped my face and realized I was bawling. I got my revenge. Finally. I did it. Another undercover cop dragged Rowan up from the ground. Rowan glared at me viciously before lunging at me with a knife. A gunshot rang out, bang, and then Rowan was on the ground, eyes wide open, staring at me. My chest heaved violently as an undercover officer hugged me. It's over. You're okay. I trembled, asking, Did he die? The officer nodded, he's dead. I sniffed. He said he was planning to smuggle himself out through the docks. Using my memory from the past life, I told the police everything I knew. They took me home afterwards. My parents hugged me tightly. You scared us to death. I shook my head. Mom, Dad, it's really over now. With the intel I gave them, the police, along with Interpol, took down Rowan's scam operation. The investigation into Rowan's higher-ups continues. In the following days, I could finally focus on studying. The college entrance exams came with the early summer sun. Wearing the little red dress and shoes my mom bought me, I got in the car. Dad, I've got my exam stuff, right? I checked again. Got everything, I replied after a final check. Let's go, Dad said, starting the engine. At the test center, my parents gave me one last pep talk. Then I joined the crowd of hopeful students heading in. The 2 days breezed by, just like any other exams for me. I felt confident after calculating my scores. This summer, there were no assignments, no Rowan or Gloria, and no Myanmar escapades or crazy horse shows. Every day I woke up naturally, partied with friends, read, played games, learned to drive. I was still excited about entering my dream school just like in the past. And then Gloria showed up again. I was shocked. How? Gloria's face twisted as she laughed. You want to ask how I got out? I drugged you, but you didn't drink it. And I was forced. I didn't know what Rowan gave me. I didn't know anything. You think they'd sentence me to death? I instinctively stepped back. Gloria suddenly grabbed my clothes, her bloodshot eyes fixed on me. Gemma, why didn't you stop me? When I told you I wanted to join the crazy horse, you should have urged me to study hard. Why didn't you stop me? I was stunned. 7 Gloria threw me to the ground and glared at me coldly. I finally get why you encouraged me to check out the crazy horse show. It's because in a past life, I died by your hand, and now you're out for revenge, right? You've got a new look now, ready to start fresh, huh? I'm telling you, no way. I pushed myself up from the ground. Turns out, she's remembered stuff from her past life. Well, perfect. I suddenly stood up and grabbed Gloria's hair. Yeah, I am out for revenge. For myself, for my parents. Gloria, you wouldn't even spare your own parents. You're just inhuman. I shoved her away, straddled her, and slapped her face back and forth. I only stopped when I'd had enough, kicked her, and walked away. I knew Gloria wouldn't just let this go. She's totally lost it. So, I've been extra careful during this time, and told my parents too. They were fuming and hired bodyguards to protect me. But when Gloria aimed her car at me, those bodyguards were useless. I don't even know when she learned to drive, or where she got the car. In a split second, I dodged the car. Gloria's eyes widened as she desperately tried to steer away, but it was no good. The car crashed right into a flower bed. Smoke billowed everywhere. After the chaos, people called the police and an ambulance. By the time Gloria was pulled from the car, she was already gone. I collapsed to the ground, feeling like I'd just survived a huge disaster. It was all over. Interpol had news too. There was a trending topic about a raid in Myanmar. It was the very place where I was held captive in my past life. By the time I saw the headline, it was already dark outside. Lying in bed, I closed my eyes. I knew that when I woke up again, the sun would rise anew. My college awaited me, along with my brand new life.